GamerGobble.
Hello, and welcome to another fabulous episode of GamerGobble. I'm your host, Ian.
And I'm Tim.
Before we kick things off, I want to read a little passage to you guys. This is a real thing. This is from the Japanese box art to Sonic and Knuckles.
Okay.
Sonic races through the green fields. The sun races through a blue sky filled with white clouds. The waves of his heart are much like the sun. Sonic runs and rests. The sun rises and sets. Don't give up on the sun. Don't make the sun laugh at you. It's real. It's actually on the box art to Sonic and Knuckles.
I have a tear.
Every Japanese Sonic
my.
game, except for Sonic 3, all of them had inspirational quotes on them.
I lied about the tear. It's actually just sleep dust.
I don't even understand what that was.
Forgot to take
Like,
it
it's
back.
really weird. This is my favorite part is don't give up on the sun, don't make the sun laugh at you. Something tells me this wasn't translated quite as well as they thought it was.
Don't drop the note.
Don't drop the note, and I liked it.
Drop it. No.
Okay, well, we have a lot to talk about this week, so let's kick things off with This Week in Gaming.
No. Okay, sure.
This week in gaming.
A few things happened this week in gaming. I'm going to save the best for last year. Call of Duty World War II launched to generally very good reception, mixed fan reception as always, but supposedly the best campaign since the days of the early Modern Warfare and Black Ops games. I actually like the earlier Call of Duty games for their campaigns. I play games for single player.
I play them to that too, the old one.
And like my favorite Call of Duty game is Call of Duty 1, the original.
I like the big red one, I think.
Big Red one was a really good game too,
Yeah.
from what I've heard. I haven't played it, but I heard it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That and Finest Hour. Finest Hour is the first one I ever played.
yeah, that was the sequel to Big Red one, wasn't it?
I don't know if it came before or after.
I know it was I know it was another like 6th gen
Mm-hmm.
like spin-off one.
Yeah.
Cuz the consoles people don't seem to understand this. Obviously with the Xbox 360 onwards, every Call of Duty game came to console, Call of Duty 2 onwards. But before that, they didn't get the Xbox GameCube and PS2 didn't get ports of the original. They got a weird series of spin-offs.
Mm-hmm.
Which were apparently really good. I just never played them.
Okay.
But that's what you played.
Yeah.
Were the weird spin-off ones that were apparently great.
They were good. You weren't Super Soldier X-93 trying to save the world again.
Apparently though,
You were
World
the
War
soldier.
II. Apparently World War II is pretty good. There's some discussion back and forth of whether or not it's a good game. That'll come with any COD game. It looks like this is the first one they put actual effort into in a long time.
I broke my neck.
No, you didn't. Otherwise, you wouldn't be talking. You'd be going.
Oh, yeah, hold on.
There you go. He broke his neck. He's dead. GamerGobble canceled. The end. Bye. Okay, it's back.
Oh, hi. I'm
But
Tim.
no, apparently World War II is pretty good, and I'm
World War II was a good war.
well, no, it wasn't. A lot of people died, but I'm excited to try the game. I'm hoping it's good.
Yeah, me too, maybe one day.
I liked what I saw at E3. It looks like the weapons had a lot of impact and stuff.
It's true. And the graphics, although the trailer didn't do much.
The
but we said
graphics
this
are very
before.
nice from
They
what
do
I've
look
seen.
nice, though, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a very pretty game. Maybe if it gets cheap, it seems like good Call of Duty games retain their value on PC.
Mm-hmm.
Which is where I'd want to get it because I wouldn't want to play it on. I don't know why I wouldn't want to get it on PS4, but I just wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably because if I got it, I'd want to play multiplayer with people,
Mm-hmm.
and I wouldn't know anyone who has it on PS4.
Well, that's actually a better thing, because, actually, no way, it doesn't matter what you play it on. It's Call of Duty. You'll get lots of players. But if you play it on PC, you're going to get all the hardcore gamers, and
How it should be.
you're going to get...
It's like playing Counter-Strike, where
trim.
you play with these ridiculously hardcore people who dedicate their lives to it,
Mhm.
but then you still beat them, and then they scream and call you very bad words, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, but the Call of Duty, it's going to be like, oh, Tangle 9er, 3D 9er.
No, why would they
3D9er?
say that?
I don't know.
Tangle 9er, 3D 9er, wow!
Anyway, what's the next one?
PlayStation had, I don't think it was, it might have been PS Experience, I don't think it was, but they had an event of some sort,
Okay.
and revealed a few trailers, including a brand new Spider-Man trailer and a Last of Us Part 2 trailer. Let's start with Spider-Man. I'm really excited for this game.
Spider-Man. The game actually looks good this time around.
Yeah, so I bought a PS4 partially for Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
All we had was a teaser trailer, just because I buy Spider-Man games even if they're garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, I have some awful Spider-Man games.
Yeah, I've seen them. All
Yeah.
of them, just about.
I gotta show you
He
them.
forced me to
It's a
watch 'em.
weird series where, like, I don't think of myself as I'm a big Spider-Man video game fan, but something about web swinging is fun. Like, even you have to admit, web swinging in a city is fun.
Yeah, it's like grappling in Just Cause 2.
It's a lot of fun.
You grapple the sides.
It's stupid fun. And even in the worst Spider-Man games, that's usually still entertaining. I say usually because Spider-Man 3 exists.
But this one looks like the city for really, like the one in the movie.
Yeah, they nailed it. And Norman Osborn looks eerily similar to Willem Dafoe.
Whoa.
Aunt May looks like an actual old person with that weird fake Donald Trump skin color hair.
And then also the main bad guy turned
Mr.
inverted.
Negative. They have Mr. Negative as the villain.
Yeah, it was weird. I was like, why is he inverted?
His name is Mr. Negative, and I know nothing about him because he's a modern character.
Oh, cool.
Miles Morales is in the game too.
Yeah, cool.
That's the Black Spider-Man.
Yeah, him.
Black meaning skin tone. His costume's black too, but not traditional black Spider-Man suit. It's a different suit. Miles Morales is a cool character. I'm hoping we get to play as him, and he plays a significant role. He's pretty underused because obviously Peter Parker's the iconic Spider-Man.
Kind of look like he plays a Gwen or whatever.
Mary Jane. Yeah, it looks like you're gonna have stealth section as Mary Jane.
Yep.
The game looks really cool. I was a little concerned they were trying too hard to be Arkham, but it looks like it's doing its own thing just enough. Because any superhero game that comes out should try and be Arkham.
Okay.
Those games are some of my favorites. You know this. I love the Batman Arkham games with a passion. So I'm okay with them taking influence from that. Just not too much. I don't want a complete knockoff like we got in a couple of other Spider-Man games recently. This one looks like it's doing its own thing just enough to work. It looks really good. So I'm excited for that. The other game, The Last of Us Part 2. No gameplay to be seen yet. I don't think we're going to see gameplay until next year. I don't think it's going to come out until 2020.
Wow.
Or no, 2019.
That's
not
a long time from now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still a long time.
Yeah, but cinematic trailers are yummy.
No, they do nothing for me.
Oh, well, you're heartless.
I don't play games for the plot.
Yeah, he does. He plays it to break the game.
No, I love The Last of Us. It's probably my favorite zombie game. And I love Dead Rising. It's one of my favorite series in terms of being a guilty pleasure. I love Dead Rising. But I think Last of Us beats all of them, like, by far. It's so good.
Well...
It's super
what you think about
fun.
The new trailer.
I didn't care about it that much.
There's a lady and she's
hanging.
Get hung and then
Not hung. Hanged.
I don't care anymore, Ian.
Hung is like hanging up a coat. You hung up a coat. Hanged is like, he hanged up his daughter. He hanged her from the ceiling. She's dead.
She was roped up
jail.
around a corner post and then she got saved by a person with a bow.
Yeah.
But I don't know who any of them are, except everyone says that the lady was the Ellie mom.
Probably was.
And then clickers came.
Yeah, as much as I did like the story of The Last of Us. I found it investing. I've played through that game twice.
Okay.
Once on normal, once on hard. Not on like grounded, but once on normal, once on hard. And like I didn't go back to it because I wanted to experience the story again. I didn't skip most of the cutscenes, but I skipped a decent chunk of the longer ones because I wasn't in it for the story. I was in it for playing the game again. And that's what I'm interested in. I want to see what they innovate on with The Last of Us Part 2. Because I didn't get The Last of Us. I never had a PS3. I still don't. And it wasn't one of the first games I got from my PS4. I did eventually. I picked it up. I probably had it was pretty early on. I probably had my PS4 for like, 3 or 4 months. So I got it the same day I got Horizon Zero Dawn. I played through Horizon first because that game was like a week old. And then Breath of the Wild came out a few weeks later. So that didn't help.
And then you played the remaster, and it looked really beautiful.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I probably had my PS4 for about a year before I got The Last of Us.
Whoa.
But anyway,
you were like, what game to buy, and I was like, Last of Us, and then you took a while, and then you got it.
Yeah, and I really, really liked it. Well, it was like $12 when I got it. That's why. It was like 20, dropped like to 12, then I bought it, and yeah, I really liked it. I think I would have been happy spending 60 on it.
Yeah.
It's a very pretty game. It's a very fun game. And that's the thing for me is about the mechanics were just super solid. And that's what I want to see from The Last of Us 2. I want to see how they improve stealth. Because, look, the clickers weren't intimidating. Because even on hard mode, you could throw a bottle and punch them.
See, I was just this guy. No more person.
Everyone. That's how you're supposed to deal with them.
It's just him.
Well, I'm the only one who... The game says you can only kill clickers if you stun them. So I stun them?
Yeah. And then you punch them. And that's not what other people do.
It's what you do if all you have is a brick and some punchings.
Oh.
I killed a bloater with Ellie with punches.
No, you made that part up.
I did. That's impossible.
You told me
she kills you in one hit if you get too close.
She kills you?
I mean, it.
That's what I thought.
It could have been a chick.
Okay.
He'll be like, "Hello, my name is Blotifa."
Whoa. Now you're stealing content.
Little tiny bit, yeah.
How dare you?
In any case, I thought the Last of Us 2 trailer was interesting. I don't care about the lore as much as others. I liked the story. Ellie was cool. Joel was cool. All those other people were probably cool too. But it wasn't, like, essential. I'm excited to see more of the gameplay, which I'm hoping E3.
Yeah.
Final thing for this week in gaming. The long-awaited return of one of gaming's most popular franchises. Legendary. Accolades mascot. Bubsy.
Bubby.
What could possibly go wrong?
I know Bubby.
Why'd they do this?
He's the guy.
Oh, there's a train.
Be right back after this.
Nah, we'll finish the segment, then we'll cut off.
No, you're not going to do that again.
It's gonna be fine. But because I have very little to say other than Bubsy's back.
You realize that the last time this happened, the train.
Bubsy's back. You gotta give me your input.
Stop honking out
It's
there.
Bubsy. Bubsy. Bubsy.
Game of the week.
This week's game of the week is unfortunately not Bubsy. Does Tim know what it is?
Mega Man X.
Actually, it's Super Mario Odyssey for the Nintendo Switch.
Well, I was close.
No, you weren't.
Pretty close. I mean, they're the same thing. The platformers.
I mean, by that logic, Mirror's Edge is the same.
No, Mirror's Edge is 3D.
So is Super Mario Odyssey.
Bubsy isn't.
Bubsy 3D was.
3D is the same. It's 3D.
Well, anyway,
2D.
Super Mario Odyssey is one of the best games I've played in a long time.
Super Mario Odyssey just does a whole bunch of new stuff.
It really does a lot of new stuff, and a lot of old stuff, and a lot of middle stuff, and a lot of me.
Whoa.
So you play as Mario in an open sandbox-style 3D collectathon platformer. Think Mario 64 and Sunshine, mixed with Banjo-Kazooie, mixed with The Exorcist.
Mario.
Where are you?
No, not that one. That's that one I was referencing.
Yeah, but you liked that video.
That's good.
That was a reference to an Atari Mario commercial.
Go watch it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Mario Odyssey is like if Banjo-Kazooie and Mario Sunshine had a child, while A Hat in Time was the godparent, and The Exorcist was there possessing people.
Whoa, why is the Exorcist part
Because
of all this?
Mario possesses people.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, and you
If you're going by that
you release
logic.
your victims by exercising yourself. You go, the power of mushrooms compel you. And then you jump out of the Goomba and you have him over a pit of lava and he dies.
But it's not even you possessing, it's the hat. You're just...
Well, Cappy and Mario are the same person.
Oh.
I mean, they're not, but they occupy the same space during the possession stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, capturing is really cool. So we've talked about Mario Odyssey a couple times on the show, and this is probably gonna be the last time we do, unless if it gets DLC or something.
Phew.
I'm sure it'll get referenced again.
Oh.
But this is probably the last time it'll be a major story like this for a while.
Mario Odyssey.
This is one of my most anticipated games of 2017, and it's great. Every single thing it tries to do is good. Tim played it for maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah.
He liked it.
It was okay.
Yeah, I think it's not his cup of tea game, but
I guess not. I think I had to play the desert
well, okay.
level.
More accurately, I think it would be his cup of tea game if he owned it, but he doesn't.
I don't know. Maybe not.
I think if you could sink like 100 hours into it, you'd enjoy it.
100 hours.
Yeah, that's how long like 100% playthrough will run you.
I have to so I have to play 100 hours.
Not really. More accurately, more like 50 probably,
Wow.
because it was about 10 hours for me to beat the game the first time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a long one. It's not that long if you're going strictly narrative, though. Because the game has more of a narrative focus than any other 3D Mario game. So if you're going for a strictly narrative story, just playing through the story, only doing story missions and like the bare minimum to get 120 moons, which is what you need to beat the game, the game's going to last you maybe 5 or 6 hours. If you're exploring and messing around while you do that, because those levels are so much fun, you're going to want to. Probably about 10 hours. If you want to get everything, see everything, do everything, probably around 50. Yeah, Mario Odyssey is really, really good. Visually, I don't know how they even pulled it off on the Switch. The game looks really, really nice. I mean, I know how. You can see the corners they cut if you're, like, analyzing it. But, like, God, it looks really nice. Tim liked the graphics.
The graphics were like Unreal Engine, Mario 64, but I said that the other 2 times we talked about it too.
You also liked the frame rate was good?
That was okay, I guess.
You also liked Cappy?
I liked the part where he rolled. I mean, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, he just goes, hup,
I think the motions and the attacks and all this stuff are really fluid and nice.
Mario Control is like a dream.
Yeah, I just didn't get used to it at first because I only did 20 minutes and I stopped. So
Yeah. This is the best Mario ever controlled in 3D, I think.
I don't know. I don't have any other point of reference. So
You played 64 and beat it.
Oh yeah, but
Then you beat Sunshine and Galaxy as well.
yeah, but
You played all the games that influenced it, but
whatever.
it does control better than any of those
It
games.
at least has New Donk City and a Dancing Mario.
New Donk City was awesome. And
Even though it's just New York
Mayor
City.
Pauline.
Paulin.
Just Paul. Mario climbs the girders to the face.
It's time to jump up in the air, Mario.
Oh, Mario, it's time to jump up in the air. Jump up, don't be scared. Jump up and your fears will soar away. And then Mario's like, oh, no, what happened? And it's like, oh, Pauline died. I'm Paul. I'm her dad. Hi. It's like, well then,
That's
interesting development in the lore of Donkey Kong. But yeah, no, everything the game New Donk City is one big love letter to Donkey Kong, pretty much, which is why I like it because Donkey Kong Arcade is one of my favorite arcade games.
And it's New York.
It is based on New York, yeah.
Yeah, there's people and they're scary.
Why are they scary?
Because they're scary,
'Cause
lifeless husks just
Because
walking
they're
down the
more
street.
realistic looking than Mario and Pauline.
Well, there's that too. Like I remember watching the video where there was the one in the desert after all the cartoony characters, and there's just one with a broken car in the middle of a desert and ice.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, he was the taxi driver. He went to pick up one of the Tustarians or whatever.
See?
The little Mexican skull people.
So there's that.
Every single region has its own people. New Donk City has normal-looking humans, which I think it's sort of implied that's what Peach, Pauline, and Mario are. Like they're that type of being,
Even
but
though
like they
Mario's
look
so
nothing
tiny.
like them. Because Peach you interact with a lot more in this game than most. She don't play as or anything, but she's in the game a fair amount.
She still has plastic surgery.
She looks cool though. I actually liked her designs.
But she's like, Mario, save me.
Yeah. But like her and Pauline look like Mario characters still.
Well, yeah.
The other people don't. It's really weird.
And then the Pauline does the dance and the sing.
She was great. The festival scene where you recreate Donkey Kong. You didn't see that.
No.
But the festival of New Donk City, you recreate Donkey Kong and one-up girls playing in the background. It's an absolute highlight. We're not going to be talking about anything too spoilery here, obviously.
Spoiler,
the game's
outfits.
Well, yeah. I'm not going to spoil some of the... Don't talk about any of the outfits themselves, though, because you don't know which ones were revealed or not. I do.
Swimsuit.
Well, that one you can say.
Yeah.
But you don't know what isn't known. I don't think you do.
Yeah.
I'll reference stuff.
Go ahead.
But there are some really cool ones. The Mario Maker one's great. The original Donkey Kong color scheme is there. So you can pretend you're in the Super Show and be like, hey, paisanos. So that's pretty good. Mario's possession is probably the highlight. Other than, for me, it was all about the level design. Just exploring is fun. And they were so open. Those levels were just crazy open. I loved all of them. Every single one of them was fun for me. But in addition to that, the main gimmick is capturing, which is the possession ability. And that was a lot of fun, too.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. You can capture a frog. You can capture a bullet bill. You can capture a Goomba. You can capture many Goombas.
You capture...
Chain chomp? Tree? Cactus?
Yeah, those things.
Manhole cover?
Electricity?
That's not as interesting as tree, cactus, and manhole cover.
Why no? The manhole
Those are my
cover was
three
the
favorite.
weirdest.
No, I think tree was weirdest.
You think
Tree and cactus, because they sort of hop around.
Well, yeah. Well, what's a manhole?
Well, it moves, and it's actually... That one's story required.
Okay.
Because you have to go in the sewer at one point, and that's how you do it. It's in New Donk City, if you didn't guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was crazy fun.
Whoa.
Mario Odyssey is something special. It really is. Nintendo's been on a roll lately. This line's right up there with Breath of the Wild. If you want to hear my full thoughts, shameless plug, I'm posting a review of it eventually.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be up already, but then I broke my laptop.
And if you want to hear my thoughts, I don't have many.
You just heard them.
Oh.
Your thoughts were, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, wait, Breath of the Wild thoughts you talk about.
No, Breath of the
Odyssey.
Wild. I'm saying it's right up there with Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
We'll talk about both those games probably in the Game of the Year video later on.
Yeah.
Depending on what else comes out and how I feel.
And
It's a pretty safe
Metroid-
bet. I don't think... No, I'm not going to talk about Metroid.
Oh, okay.
I really liked Samus Returns. It was
Isn't
great.
that the next game that's coming out from Nintendo?
Metroid Prime 4?
Yeah.
We haven't even seen anything of it other than the logo.
Well, yeah.
We'll probably won't see it again until E3.
Can you name another Nintendo game coming out before then?
The new Mario Party looks pretty lit.
Was it a new Mario Party?
It's all mini games from the older ones.
I like that.
No,
already.
it's on 3DS though.
Oh, I don't like that.
That bums me
already.
out because I was really hoping it would be on Switch.
Oh.
But no, it's gonna be on 3DS. I'm probably still gonna want to get it because it's like 100 mini games, all from like the other Mario Party games.
It brings back memories.
And I think they brought back the proper board game too, instead of like the weird car.
Oh, the good ones, yeah.
Because that was bad.
I was gonna say bring back memory of when I played with Sister in car, where Sister had Mario Party DS and I had DS without Mario Party, but you could play with the thing.
Download play.
Yeah, download play, and I didn't have to have the game, but I could play anyway, and it was like, whoa.
I assume that's what they'll do with this one.
Which is awesome.
And
everyone should do it, so you don't have to pay another $25 per person.
Most DS and 3DS games did that. Not so much with Switch so far, unfortunately. It's possible.
Well, Switch is more console
One
than
game.
portable.
That's an argument, actually. I use it more as a console. A lot of people use it more as a portable.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's more of a portable console than just a pure portable.
No, it depends on who. It depends on what you're using it for. It depends on who you are.
Is it more powerful than a portable?
Yes.
Is it more powerful than a PSP?
And more powerful than a Vita. But you got to remember, the Vita was more powerful than 3DS. And it could connect through HDMI. People didn't call it a console. Now, the Switch is a console. It is a home console.
So you have that.
But it's also a handheld, and it should function with download play for games like that.
Well,
it doesn't.
Better.
Mario Kart doesn't. Mario Kart, you have to have 2 copies.
See, dumb.
But Pac-Man Versus, which is a random thing to have on there, but it lets you do download play.
Exactly, but you just said random. No one wants to play Mario Kart.
Well, Pac-Man Versus is one of the best games Nintendo.
I want to bring my Wii, and I have to bring 4 copies of Mario Kart.
Well, I mean, we could always share the Switch for multiplayer, though.
Oh my goodness!
Did
you hear him sharing?
We've done it before.
Oh my gosh! Did you hear him? We've done it before. Oh, lies!
In any case, Mario Odyssey, check it out. It is phenomenal. Also, you get to be a T-Rex. It's got really good music, and I liked it a lot.
The moon.
Okay, Boss Nass, we're gonna be moving on to Hype Train. Are you ready for this?
What did you just sing?
I was on SpongeBob at one time. I don't know.
Oh, okay, let's do the Hype Train now. I'm leaving that.
Hype Train, go.
All aboard the Hype Train.
Hype Train. This is a weird one.
Choo-choo.
I want to talk about one thing primarily, but not in the traditional light. Sonic Forces comes out tomorrow. Whenever this goes up, it'll already be out. But I want to talk about it specifically on Hype Train because the hype is the problem with the game. And I'll explain. Sonic Forces, from what I can tell, is a good game. And that's a problem.
Hey, good game's a YouTube Red show.
It is. It's pretty okay.
Okay.
It's got the Game Grumps, so I like it.
Yeah.
I like them a lot. But it's a strange scenario of everyone thought Sonic Forces looked like the return of bad Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
But I played it at E3, and I was like, nah, but it was fine.
Would it be return or a continuation?
Return, because Mania was one of the best in the franchise.
Well, that's more of like a little...
Doesn't matter.
Okay,
it would
fine.
It's the concept of the Sonic cycle. I don't know if you know what that is.
I don't know what that
The
is.
Sonic cycle is the supposed cycle Sonic games go in, where you have the Genesis games and arguably the Dreamcast games that are great, and then they get really bad with Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic 06. Some people say Heroes, but that game was awesome. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Secret Rings, I guess you can argue Black Knight. And then they start to pick back up with Unleashed, and they get really good again with Colors and Generations, and then they got really bad again with Boom, like the multiple Boom games, and people say Lost World. Again, I liked it. I thought it was pretty good, but I see why people didn't. And then coming back to being good again with Mania. So people are saying this will just be the next step in the bad, because the second Sonic Boom game was good too.
Oh.
Or the third one, rather. There were 3 Sonic Boom games. The
3?
last one was good.
Whoa.
Yeah, there was one on Wii U that everyone knows about, and then 2 on 3DS. The first was just as bad as Res of Lyric on Wii U, but the second one was pretty decent.
Wow.
So, the theory being that Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, that's that good Sonic Boom game. Sonic Mania would have been the good cycle again, and this would be the return of the bad cycle.
So the good cycle would have consisted of one game, if
2
that were
games.
the case. Well.
2 games. The last Boom game and Mania.
Oh, okay.
Now, here's the thing. Sonic Forces is going to be good.
Okay.
The first review came in from Polygon. They hated it. They gave it a 5 out of 10. That doesn't surprise me. Polygon hates everything that involves Sonic. I generally like Polygon a lot. But Sonic isn't a series I'd necessarily flock to from them when it comes to their reviews. Since they sort of have that it's a Sonic game, there's a bias. And their review itself, I just didn't fully understand. Like, it was weird. But I understand their points. I don't think it'll be a great game either, but I think it'll be a good one. Actually, no, I think it'll be pretty fun. I think if you're a Sonic fan, you'll like it.
I saw an advertisement on Twitter for it.
I like a lot of the stuff that they're doing in it. I like the level design from what we've seen that isn't in the marketing. This is what I'm talking about. They did the worst job marketing Sonic Forces that I've ever seen for a Sonic game.
Yeah.
It was obscenely bad. And I'm going to talk about why now. Are you ready, Tim? You're going to give your input because you know a thing or two about marketing.
I just want to say that I went on Twitter for the first time in forever, and they had a little advertisement. It was Eggman saying to join the Eggman Empire.
That was really cool, actually.
Yeah, that was the only good advertising.
Well,
if it is that.
Let's state that. They marketed that the game is going to have a good story, but they didn't show anything from the story other than like one cutscene that looked bad. The story's cool.
Okay.
And it's executed pretty well. So basically the overall narrative is Eggman conquered the planet. He won.
It's about time.
So basically the Phantom Ruby, which is a thing in Mania, I'm not going to spoil stuff because the game's not out yet. And I do know the basic story to the end, not in depth. It's Sonic. I don't care about the narrative. But I like what they're doing with this one. So he, being infinite, is created from the Phantom Ruby. And Sonic's going to stop Eggman like normal. Well, Infinite beats Sonic. They kidnap him, take him to the Death Egg, and torture him for 6 months.
See, that's cool.
That's cool.
That's Saddam.
That's some Sonic 06 Sad AM. Not Sonic 06. Sonic Adventure 2 / Sad AM influence stuff there with the overall darker tone in the game being Sonic Adventure 2 and the whole Eggman 1. Yeah, that's straight out of Sad AM.
I just hope it lasts more than 2 seconds. Like, yeah, we did that. Time to go to the game. I hope they actually do. They dragged that out a little bit.
What, Sonic being gone?
Yeah, the whole...
Yeah, you don't get to play as him for a while. He's not the main character.
Yeah, you told me that part.
So the avatar that you create is basically the main character. People have really criticized the avatar's gameplay because it looks so awkward and dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've played it and it's really fun. It's actually a lot of fun. He's just as fast as Sonic. He controls identically to Sonic, except he has a bunch of weapons that he can use. It's like if the Shadow the Hedgehog gun mechanics worked a little better. It's actually pretty cool.
Okay.
The levels are really short from what I've seen. I've played the demo. I've played a couple of demos. I played the E3 demo at E3 on Switch. I played the Switch Japanese demo and the PS4 Japanese demo. The latter two are the same, except the PS4 version looks nicer and is in English, even though you have to have a Japanese account to download it. I don't know. But I wanted to see how it would look and control on PS4. That's what I'm going to get it on. And it looks and controls great. And that's sort of part of it. The game is going to be, at the very least, okay. It'll be passable. It'll be a solid experience.
Oh.
Which no one expected, because Sonic Forces looked like garbage.
Yeah.
Everything they did made it look bad. Every trailer, everything they released was bad. No. I like the story. You said you wanted to see the whole Sonic gets tortured, like not have it be a flash in the pan, have it be a thing. Yeah, it lasts a while. He gets the first thing that happens is you play his first level. The cutscene happens where he gets taken away, and then you have to play his other characters.
Whoa!
Well, your custom character for a couple of levels before eventually Sonic has a boss fight and breaks out at the same time that the custom hero is going to rescue him. Like it's cool. Like, and then they sort of team up and become friends. Meanwhile, Tails had a mental breakdown because Sonic was supposed to be dead, and it just broke him. And he couldn't even fix Omega. Should have called Donkey Kong.
It's my favorite. That.
Yeah. But he couldn't fix Omega. So he's having all these problems, and then suddenly Sonic shows up, but it's classic Sonic from Mania. It's like, why is he here? He's shoehorned in really badly. He has like 3 levels or something.
Oh.
And there's like 30 levels in the game. It's pretty long for a Sonic game. But there's only 3 classic Sonic levels or something. 3 or 5 or something.
Huh.
I think. And if I'm right about that, that's pathetic.
And then he just disappears and that's it?
No, he's there till the end. He just barely does anything.
Oh, okay.
But Tails is partnered with that Sonic. Because he's just desperate for a Sonic. And he knows that Sonic from Generations. Eventually, they all regroup, and then they go on a fight, and it turns out that Infinite's power is virtual reality-based. And he can create such immersive virtual reality. Like, what he creates is all digital. It's not really there, but it's so real that it tricks your brain synapses into thinking so. If you get a cut in the virtual reality, you get a cut in real life sort of thing. Matrix style.
Okay.
That's really cool. Everything they're doing is really neat. And the story is presented well. The voice actors are at the top of their game. We've had this cast. We've had Roger Craig Smith as Sonic and Mike Pollock as Eggman, especially. Those two just perform again and again to the best of their ability in all these games, and especially the Sonic Boom TV show. It's mostly the same cast of the show.
I like the show pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, and like they're funny. And that works for Sonic. And even though this is more serious, they still have their same personalities, which is good. They should.
Yeah.
So I'm a fan of that.
Except for Scarf Sonic.
Well, I don't mind Boom Sonic.
I don't know.
I like the designs. Even Knuckles.
He's not even a knucklehead anymore.
Not in Sonic Forces. He's not. He's actually like a capable character.
Yeah. Well, can you believe that?
I sure can't.
You're glad. You're like, oh, I'm glad to keep their character, but not him.
Well, I mean, they're keeping
him from previous games. Yeah,
his adventure era character, just not his Boom character. And his 06 onwards, he was an idiot.
Yeah, that one.
I guess, yeah, 06 onwards.
Okay.
No, it's really cool. It's very Sad I Am inspired. The gameplay is not as good as Generations. It's a little more linear. It's a little slower. But it's still fast. It's still fun. And the level design, from what I've seen later, actually picks up and gets a little more open and non-linear with multiple paths. These are things I should be very happy about. And I'm happy that the game seems good because it's $40 and, that's money. What I'm not happy about is how they marketed it. How could this possibly have looked worse?
I don't know. I mean, maybe if they just showed Sonic 06 footage instead on accident.
That's true.
I mean, that could have been funny.
That's true. I don't think they marketed anything right about this game. I think the thing that's going to save its sales, honestly, it leaked. The street date got broken. I think the same day Odyssey came out, last Friday. Like not the previous Friday, but like a Friday and a half ago. I think that's going to save the game.
Okay.
Because that's how people found out. Wait, it gets good? Everyone thought it was garbage. Turns out, no, the demo was bad. There was a playable demo that, like I said, you can download from the Japanese PSN store or the Japanese Switch eShop, and it limits the levels all to a minute.
Yeah.
Which is garbage. That's horrible.
Well, why 1 minute's all you need?
No, because the levels are like a minute and a half long.
Oh, no.
You could just finish them.
Mario gave you 20, and Sonic gave you 1. 21.
It's stupid.
21.
In any case,
it's a meme.
The reason I'm talking about this on Hype Train is because I was not hyped at all. I'm going to probably end up downloading it because I have no means to get to our nearest GameStop tomorrow. But I had it pre-ordered and I canceled it. I got a refund. I thought the game looked bad. I was going to wait. I was going to get it. It's Sonic. I can't not get it. I was going to wait till Christmas. No, I want it. I'm getting it. It's actually going to be fun. Ooh. But they did such a bad job marketing it. It's stunning how badly they handled it.
Well, at least if it does good anyway, it'll be good.
Well, I want them to keep making 3D Sonic games.
I want good Sonic.
It still looks like a step back from Generations, but it seems like a step forward from Lost World and even from Colors.
I want hyper-realistic Blue Hedgehog action.
Okay, here you go.
There
it is. Some Sonic X.
Rolling around at the speed
I want a
of
Sonic X
2.3
dating simulator so I can
km/h.
make Amy and Chris Thorndike date.
Well, now that would be a game worth playing.
I want Tails and the Grandpa to date.
Now that would be a game worth looking at.
You know they would.
Now that would be an anime worth watching.
It would be. So yeah, Sonic Forces.
Better than Sonic X? Well, only one way to find out.
Sonic Forces. Probably a decent game masked by the worst marketing, and I guarantee it's going to seep into review scores. The negative press this game's gotten from fans and critics alike because of how badly they handled everything, it's going to get bad reviews just based on that.
Oh, darny.
Because you know how that is. Marketing influences a lot.
Judging a book
Hype
by its
makes
cover.
a difference. Hype makes a difference. No one was excited for this game. It turned out good, probably. Not great. Again, not great, but decent. Okay, better, at the very least, better than, like, Unleashed. In the grand scheme of 3D Sonic games, it's not one of the bad ones.
That's good.
Yeah. Except for the fact they marketed it so badly that everyone thought it would be the worst one.
See, that's bad.
We'll just have to see how it goes. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the game will be absolute garbage, but it looks like it's going to be all right.
Either way.
I think they marketed it very, very poorly.
We'll let you know next week. Or next week after next week.
Yeah, I'll be sure to talk about it.
Yeah.
But now we're on to whatever.
Oh boy, what a good one we have today. Oh.
This week on whatever. Hey, Tim, did you see there's a Donkey Kong kill screen coming up?
Oh, what?
There's a Donkey Kong kill screen coming up if you want to see.
Okay, I'll
hey,
watch it.
everyone. Hey, all YouTube. Google, did you see there's a Donkey Kong kill screen coming up?
Oh, Google, I didn't know that.
Hey,
Hey.
Hayden Christensen from the Star Wars prequel trilogy.
Hey.
There's a Donkey Kong kill screen coming up if you want to come watch it.
I don't like sand.
I don't like Donkey Kong kill screens coming up. Hey, Walter Day.
Oh, whoa.
That's what he sounds like.
Oh, okay.
There's Donkey Kong kill screen coming up. We're talking about King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters, the documentary about the Donkey Kong World High Score thing. It's a really good movie. Tim just saw it for the first time right before recording the show.
Yeah, he made me watch it.
Admitted it was probably better than he thought it would be.
There were a couple parts that were
It's interesting. It's a fascinating movie.
That it was the same thing for the other half of the movie.
It is interesting.
I'm not going to say it's bad. I'm just going to say I didn't enjoy it that much. I did enjoy it.
It's one of my favorite documentaries. It
was good.
It's a very good one.
And fan-made.
Yeah, well, independently made.
Independent, whatever thing.
And we're going to talk about arcade games in general, but I wanted to start off with just a brief overview of King of Kong so people know what the context here is. It's a movie about the first time anyone ever beat Billy Mitchell, the famous arcade game player. First time anyone ever beat his Donkey Kong score. It was Steve Wiebe from Washington.
Don't you mean Steve Wiebe?
No, Steve Wiebe.
Oh.
Steve Wiebe.
Oh.
Steve Woob.
Steve
Wiebe.
Steve Harvey?
Yeah, that's him.
Welcome to Donkey.
I've made a horrible mistake. I'm sorry. Miss Universe goes to Donkey Kong.
Oh, no.
So basically, the movie covers his journey. It's a very dramatic version of events. I don't think Billy Mitchell is actually a conniving, mullet-wearing demon. I think he's a cool, conniving, mullet-wearing jerk guy. Like, he's still obnoxious and he sells hot sauce.
Now your opinion's on the internet and he's going to see this?
No, because I love Billy Mitchell. He's, like, so charming.
Say hello to him.
Hi, Billy Mitchell. Something about him is super charming to me.
Yeah?
But
what about it?
Same with Steve Wiebe.
Yeah?
I think they're both interesting.
Yeah, Steve has a child times 2.
Yeah. Billy Mitchell has kids, too, and he's apparently, like, a famously, like, present parent. Like, very much an advocate for his kids, really cares about them.
Well, that's good.
He's like a famously like good dad role model for like the area he lives.
Didn't see any of that in
No,
the
because the movie just portrayed him as like a villain, and it was really funny, so I was okay with it. Apparently, this is true. He got from then and to this day, he'll get death threats on his phone, and he thinks they're really funny.
Oh.
So he records his favorite ones, and at parties he plays them. He's never seen the movie. He says, "I don't believe that," but he says he's never seen it because he said, "I lived it. Why would I want to see it?"
Because it's good.
It's a really good movie. Yeah.
It's about you.
It's about Billy Mitchell and how he's a bad boy.
Yeah.
And an old lady named Doris who was like, "I'm gonna beat the Q*bert score," and then she dies.
Hey, don't say that. That's sad.
That was
Let's go back
sad.
to the fun part. Who wants to see the kill screen?
Walter Day, founder of Twin Galaxies, creeps me out. He's
Why?
a strange-looking man.
Why?
I don't feel bad saying this because he hasn't run Twin Galaxies in like 7 years.
Yeah.
So the arcade community can get mad at me, but they won't get that mad at me. He's creepy, man. He looks like he's gonna swallow my children.
I'd be okay with that.
I wouldn't.
Maybe a little.
I generally like the arcade gaming community. They're a little bit elitist at times with their whole video games after 1986 aren't any good.
Well, that's cool. I mean, have you seen a difficult game in recent times such as
Cuphead.
Have you seen a difficult game in Cuphead in recent times like those?
Minecraft.
Oh, I forgot to consider that. Oh my god, we doing calculation.
No, but I'm a big arcade fan myself. I'm not good at arcade games, but I love them. Arcades are my favorite kind of game, like playing areas. They're just genuinely lovely to be in.
Ian here's an old game lover.
I am. I love arcade games especially. It's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. This big cabinet with one game. It's usually got that perfect mix of simplicity and depth. Unless it's a bad game, then it's not good.
Kill you.
I've numbed my hand doing that.
See?
Wait, is that what you were referencing?
It's equivalent to death.
Is that what you were referencing?
Just about.
Yeah. It wasn't the circuit board. I think it was the power supply.
Oh, that's even worse. That's more direct.
Yeah, I was tinkering with a Pac-Man machine, and I didn't unplug it, but the power supply in Pac-Man machines isn't, like, on the bottom like most arcade machines. It's on the bottom, but it's, like, directly on the, it's, like, really close to the board. It's in a weird location, so I bumped it when I was going for the video cable.
Yeah, see, that's bad.
I also cut my hand open on something. I think it was a heatsink.
Well, is that too?
Inside, and that made me bleed. And I work at a restaurant that has a Pac-Man machine in the basement. It's broken, but it's, like, my pet project to, like, tinker with it to try and make it work a little more reliably.
Gotta replace
Short of actually like fixing it for real, because if I ever get my hands on that thing, I'll totally fix it up. You know, put in a multi-board and have like a Pac-Man cabaret with a bunch of games on it. Until then, you know, I'll mess with it. It doesn't even have Pac-Man; it has Hangly Man.
Hangly Man.
So Hangly Man is a hack of Pac-Man, where the maze is different. There are levels where there is no maze, and so you can move anywhere.
Oh,
and that's really difficult.
Oh.
And Hangly is a very bad English translation of hungry.
Did you say English?
Yes.
Oh.
You know that term, right?
Yeah.
Translated from Japanese.
Yeah.
So it's a bad English thing for hungry man. But I like Hangly Man better because it sounds like he's going to kill you.
Hungry Man is better.
No, Hangly Man.
Whatever. The point is, I like how you told me about how Donkey Kong came to be named.
Donkey Kong is named because Shigeru Miyamoto thought that donkey could mean stupid or silly. So he meant like stupid, silly monkey, and then it was Donkey Kong.
Yeah, because King Kong.
Yeah, it's strange. Well, Kong is obvious.
Yeah.
Universal Pictures tried to sue Nintendo over that.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
We had a discussion about that before.
Yeah, well, the show didn't.
Yeah, well, now we're going to talk about it. Here we go.
Well, I'm just saying it didn't work.
Once upon a time.
So in general, I just wanted to talk a little bit now about arcade game high scores because I can't wrap my head around it. How people can get to like 256 screens into Pac-Man or Dig Dug or Galaga or Ms. Pac-Man, or how they can get 26 screens into Donkey Kong the Game Men's. And I'm like, how can you get past like 7 screens in Donkey Kong?
It's easy. Practice makes perfect. Practice.
Well, here's the thing with Donkey Kong in the arcade, Tim. And this is the thing that I think you don't know. You've played Donkey Kong a bit.
Yeah.
You know it goes, the girder level.
Dun.
Shut up so I can explain this.
Oh.
It goes the girder level with the barrels, the elevator level, and then the level where you take out the rivets. You know that.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, in the arcade version, there's another level with cement. It's a cement factory. And that's actually the second level in between the barrels and the elevators.
Okay.
So in Japan, it goes they're labeled by their meter height, but it goes barrels, cement factory, elevators, rivets, and then it loops. In America, they were like, I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing there. Let's try this. Okay, so let's go level 1, level 4, level 1, level 3, level 4, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 1, level 2, level 1, level 3, level 1, level 4.
See, I don't know what the problem there is. It's perfectly
It's really weird, and it makes the game... First of all, so by the time you reach the elevator screen, you're actually on what in Japan was your third time through it.
Oh, well.
So it's really hard for your first time. Especially bad with the Pie Factory, which is a really easy level, but your first time doing it, everything's moving like a million miles an hour. Arcade Donkey Kong in America is tough, but it's fun. That's how I like to play it, like if I'm emulating it or whatever. Because Nintendo, for some reason, they will not release the arcade version. Which I want. I want the Pie Factory level. It's not actually pie, though. It's a joke.
Oh.
Do you like pie?
It's a wonderful day for pie.
So what's your favorite arcade game, Tim? You grew up on some arcade games.
My favorite arcade game is the one where you point the torpedo and then you push the button and then you have to hit the ship with it.
I meant classic arcade game, but okay, that actually is a fun game.
That not classic enough for you?
No, it uses a 1080p monitor.
How am I supposed to know that?
Because you've played it.
Well, that's 1080p. It looks like 3 pixels.
It's like 1080p.
Okay. Well, then in that case,
If it's the one I'm thinking of.
I don't know. I guess Galaga.
Galaga's a good one.
Or Galaxia, which is the one that looks
Galaga's
better?
The second one.
Which is the one with the 2 spaceships at once? That one.
Galaxian's good too. Galaga's just better.
Yeah.
Galaxian's a lot harder.
Galaxian's more boring. You're just one guy and that's it.
It gets really intense later.
I believe you, but I like the other one better.
The thing with
Also Dig Dug.
Dig Dug's great.
Dig Dug's probably my favorite actually.
The thing with like modern people who are like 29, like our age, is that we didn't grow up with arcades. They're very few and far between. Whenever I see an arcade, I get excited. I go to it. I spend my money at it. I try and support as many arcades as I can, like classic arcades. But that's hard to do. So growing up, people like Tim and myself, we only had access to games through compilations, really.
Basically.
That's why, to us, at the time, the kings of the arcades would have been like Namco, Nintendo, Taito, Atari. And then you had other companies like Stern and Gottlieb. But, you know, a few games, you know, Tim, you know Atari. Their arcade games would have included, Namco's games in America. First of all, Namco, obviously, is the big one for us both. Because of Namco Museum. They made Pac-Man, Dig Dug, Pole Position, Rally X, Bosconian, Xevious, Mappy,
I only know
Galaga, Galaxian.
Okay, I know those two. So I know 3 of them.
You'd know more of them if you saw them.
Probably.
They made a ton of games. They didn't distribute their games in America for a long time. So their stuff was usually split up between Midway, who did most of Namco's stuff, and some from Atari. Atari themselves had a lot of cool games. They had Breakout, Pong, Asteroids. What was that really good one you liked?
The one with the battleships that you have to sink?
That's not Atari.
Oh.
It's something I was gonna. Tempest is one of my favorites.
Okay.
Star Wars. The
Okay.
excellent Star Wars arcade game. You've played that one, remember? That was the one where everything was lines.
Oh yeah.
And it was like really incredibly done 3D using lines.
I get maybe it was broken to me, but I couldn't tell. It was really iffy for me. I think the lines would have been.
But everything was made of just colored lines, right?
Yeah, like green lines or whatever.
Oh, see, it's supposed to be. Well, green is the primary one.
Yeah.
If you find one in like pristine condition, what that game achieved for the time was amazing.
Okay.
And that was one of Atari's best arcade games. That game was awesome.
Mm.
And they did a lot of great games. Nintendo obviously had Donkey Kong Jr., Mario Brothers, all their Versus games, which were just NES games. The Play Choice 10, which was just NES games. The original arcade version of Punch-Out, which was really easy. Arm Wrestling, which was the sequel to Punch-Out where you arm wrestled.
Oh.
They had a lot of games. Popeye.
I know him.
Radar Scope.
I don't know him.
That was it was a space shooter that eventually became Donkey Kong later. They would just convert it to Donkey Kong kits.
Okay.
And then, you know, a lot of companies, Namco was our big one. And there were other ones that today you don't really hear about. Williams, they made Joust and a couple other games. Great games. No one cares about Williams. Midway, they don't even exist anymore. They distributed all of Namco's games and they made games like Gauntlet. They're not even a thing anymore. I think
like
Warner
the
Brothers owns
Gauntlet
them.
theme.
Gauntlet in general is awesome. It's one of my favorite arcade games. That's not Gauntlet.
That's close enough.
Da-da-dun-dun, 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 da-da-dun.
Yeah, I know. I just at the beginning it sounds like Photo Countdown.
Da-da-dun-dun, boom. Yeah, it does.
Yes.
No, but there's so many great arcade games, and we grew up with them on mostly just Game Boy Advance, Namco Museum discs, cartridges rather.
Okay.
I also had a Game Boy copy of Donkey Kong. Game Boy Advance, not the Game Boy Donkey Kong. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good, though.
Well, I grew up on Mario, so that's how
well, so did I, but that's not an arcade game.
But that was my first Mario. My first game. I mean.
Well, yeah, but that's not relevant.
Why never...
Actually, my first video games were arcade cabinets.
I never played arcade. Actually,
You've played arcade cabinets. I've played them with you.
No, I have. I'm saying. I'm saying. I mean, I did grow up on those like you did. I grew up on the NES or SNES, not the actual things. Like the closest I got to was when my mom went to the laundromat at one point. They had the arcade machines in there. I think I played Pac-Man once, and that was it.
Mm.
So that was my arcade cabinet experience as a kid, right there. That's it.
I also grew up on a Super Nintendo. I had a lot of. Maybe I'll go into it in another day. But like I can actually trace really easily where my like love of retro games comes from in my childhood. It's like really laid out clear for me. But the first time I played video games, my dad used to own a coffee shop, and in there he had a couple of games, and one of them was Miss Pac-Man. Eventually got cycled out and replaced with Donkey Kong Jr. So there you go.
Cool.
Moral of the story: don't let Walter Day near your kids.
Whoa, that's
He'll take him. He'll play the guitar. He'll be like, you, and then Brian Koo will walk up and be like, "Hey, Tim, guess what?
What?
There's a kill screen on Donkey Kong coming up.
Whoa!
Want to come see it? Want to come see the kill screen on Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Hey, audience, if you enjoyed their video, come see a kill screen on Donkey Kong.
.com. Wait. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching GamerGobble. If you
Gobble.
want to see a kill screen on Donkey Kong, be sure to leave us a subscribe, like, comment, subscribe. Well, don't do that because then you'll unsubscribe.
Yeah, just
hit it once. Unless you're already subscribed, then you can hit it twice.
Yeah. Also, if you leave a comment to tell us what to do next, please do
You're
something.
lonely.
Let us know you're watching. I need
Watch
reassurance.
Watch me in my sleep talking to Walter Day.
Or you can just watch his YouTube channel. It's okay too.
Flying Tuna.
Yeah, watch my YouTube channel, Boom Guy.
Watch our friend YouTube channel, Carnage Canary, or don't. I don't care.
Yeah, and don't forget about the fourth one.
I don't want to talk about him.
I don't know. Is it
No, we're not
Okay.
not plugging him.
Okay.
No.
I'm sorry.
No Blake.
Hey, sorry, friend.
Ha. Get direct.
Okay. Also, if you're, I don't know if this is on anything else, but if it is, keep watching, yo. Yeah.
With that being said, you want to see a kill screen on Donkey Kong? It's coming up in a minute.
Oh, okay.
There's a kill screen on Donkey
I
Kong.
gotta go see a kill screen now, guys. So
There's a kill screen on Donkey Kong coming up.
Okay, so I'm
There's a kill screen.
Goodbye now.
There's a kill screen on Donkey Kong coming up, guys. There's a kill screen on Donkey Kong coming up.
Okay.
Guys, there's a kill screen on... I thought I was going to be the first kill screen on the FunSpot's machine, guys, but then I wasn't. It was Steve Weeby.
Too long.
I want to be the
going
kill...
on for too
I want to kill screen Donkey
Gotta
Kong.
stop it here.
I'm going to be a kill screen on Donkey
I'm gonna
Kong,
end it
guys.
myself.
Guys, there's going to be a kill screen on
I'm
Donkey Kong.
right now. I'm gonna say it now. Here I go. I'm gonna say goodbye. Okay, goodbye.
There's going to be a kill screen on Donkey Kong coming up, guys.
No. I gotta
Guys,
reach
there's
the
a kill
stop
screen coming
button.
up on Donkey Kong.
No.
Guys...